Hello, 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 my darlings. Thank you for joining me on A Slice of Life, A Slice of Life. If you're joining me, you know why. We are all about what? Super aging, getting older without getting old. Let me tell you, on yesterday, I did a piece by Charles Blow from the New York Times. But baby, I got something for you today. 10 tips on being happily 85 years old. But I read these tips. It's for 85, 75, 45, and 55. Are you 45, 55, 65, or 75? Well, I have some tips for you because it says, this is the person who wrote this is Robin Rosenblatt. Robin Rosenblatt. Yesterday I brought you Charles Blow. Today I bring you Robin Rosenblatt. And he says, I published a book called Rules for Aging. You know I ordered that book. You know I got to have that. And so it's a guide for navigating the later years of one's life. You all are in your later years of your life. He wrote this at age 60. Some of y'all are 60. Some of y'all are 45. Some of y'all, I hear noise. I don't know what that is. Anyway, I don't know what it is, but it's okay. Anyway, but it's number one. The number one. Baby, the number one. Whew. Nobody's thinking about you. Oh my God. Let me say it again, Reno, for the people in the back. Nobody's thinking about you. Nobody's thinking about you. Number one. Number one. Yeah, look. Nobody's thinking about you. 45, 55, 65, and 75. Nobody's thinking about you. Okay. It was true 25 years ago, and it's true today. Nobody's thinking about you. Oh, I love this. Nobody ever will. Not your teacher, not your minister, not your colleague, not your shrink, not a soul. I love it. It can be a bummer of a thought. It really can be a bummer of a thought, but I love every bit of it. Why are you so busy thinking that somebody's thinking about you? Ain't nobody thinking about you. Nobody's thinking what all that. Let me go on with this. But it's also liberating. That time you fell on your that time you fell on your butt in public, that dumb comment you made at dinner last week, that brilliant book you wrote, no one is thinking about it. Why are they not thinking about it? Because everybody's thinking about themselves these days. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Baby, you wasted so much time trying to think about what somebody thinks about you. Ain't nobody thinking about you. Nobody's thinking about you. You waste a whole lot of time worrying about wonder what they're going to say. I better do it this way. I better do it that way. I better put this on. I better not do this. I better not do that. Because somebody, ain't nobody thinking about you. That's not what he said. He said nobody's thinking about you. But I want to go ghetto. Ain't nobody thinking about you. Go on. Ain't nobody thinking about you. You spending all that time thinking somebody thinking about you. It ain't happening. I like his next one. He said, make young friends. See, when I was in my 30s, I looked like I was in my 20s. When I was in my 40s, I looked like I was in my 30s. So my friends kind of was in that age group. So now my friends are 13 years younger than me. They just not getting to their 70s. Just not getting to their 70s. A lot of them. That was it. But I got younger friends now. It says make young friends. Make young friends. Why is that? For older folks, there's nothing more energizing than the company of the young. We got 11-year-old baby. 11? Whew. I thought 5 was something. I thought 6 was something. I thought 7 was something. But baby, that's because I was still on the younger side myself. But 11? That's a whole different thing. Gonna be 12? Oh, baby. Make some younger friends. But I tell you what, you learn something. They keep you going. When I'm on great granny duty, baby, I have to get that extra strength. That's all good. I think that's all good. 45, 55, 65, and 75. Make younger friends. Okay. What else to say? Try this. Oh, Lord, I can't even say it. Okay. This is for the people that's definitely 85 and 75. Try to see fewer than 5 doctors. Try to see fewer than 5 doctors. What is that, number 3? Try to see fewer than 5 doctors. Baby, he ain't said but a word. Oh my God, my calendar used to have go hit adult civil data and women's this and journalism this and journalist meeting here this and go to the hairdresser here and I don't know what got in my face. I'm always getting in this hair right here. Anyway, let me tell you something. Try to see fewer than 5 doctors. Oh my God! As you grow older, your relationship, your friends become your doctors. My friend is my doctor. Anybody found my doctor yet? I'm looking for Dr. Collins, Dr. Doug Collins. Because somebody, please, when you subscribe and when you send a comment, can you tell me where Dr. Doug Collins might be? He is not on Jackson Parkway. He is not at the Hematology Center. I don't know where he is. He went poof out the air. Can you find him for me, please? But try to see fewer than 5 doctors, because that's every day, every week, every something. You going to the doctor. You can figure that out. You can figure that out. You got to figure that out. I mean, when I was on infusion, that was a different thing. This has not working today. But when I was on infusion chemo, that's one thing. But more than 5 doctors, try to see fewer than that. He was saying in this piece that his best friends are the radiologists and the anesthesiologists and all the ologists and all the receptionists, and those are the people he talks to now. That's sad for all of us. And then it said, get a dog. Now I like that. Get a dog. Because who gonna love you more than the dog? Nobody. The dog is gonna sit there and you can just talk to the dog and say all the things you want to say to the dog and you get that relief. I like a dog. We will have a dog. We just got a few more things to do to get baby girl a dog. I love a dog. We lost our dog and we just haven't gotten over it yet. But I love to have a dog. Because they're going to sit right there and listen to you. They're going to follow you. They're going to warn you. They're going to take care of you. It's nothing like having a dog. And now, I'm not a cat lover, but there's some people who like it. I have cats, but they're all outside. They notice they're out there. They come and whine and whine. I'm like, Stay out there, do work. They at work. Our cats are at work. But get you a dog. But I have just enjoyed. Let me tell you something. I have enjoyed. If anybody knows Roger Rosenblatt, it's like Goldblatt. Goldblatts. When I was growing up, there was a store called Goldblatts, and this is called Rosenblatt. They're probably the same group of people from the same place. But anyway, I need you to hear. I'm just enthralled when nobody's thinking about you. Make young friends. Try to see fewer than 5 doctors. This is a comedy here. Get a dog. Then what else does he say? I ordered the book. Don't hear the cheers. I like this part. I like it for me because I'm blessed with getting a big award on Thursday. And don't hear the cheers. I mean, I don't want to stop. I don't believe my own press. That's what he's basically saying. People tell you this and that and the other, and you start believing it before you know it. Your head is so big, you can't even get through a door. I don't believe in that. He said this applies at any age, really, but perhaps a little more to people in later life who are given lifetime achievement awards. That's what I get. When you get those awards, you know you're on your way out, don't you? Okay. And other statements of how wonderful they are. Pay no attention to these accolades. Just proceed to live the life you're living, giving it whatever it requires. You got to keep going. They say, oh, you were great. Take the award. Thank you. See, I got a really beautiful award. Clark Atlanta. You see that tall one right there? That is beautiful. It's very heavy. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Grace Towns, Hamilton, and Evelyn Gibson Lowry Award from Clark Atlanta University for Women in the Movement. I feel so honored to get this one. I got so many back here. Just a few. Just so many. I'm very grateful. But I got to keep living. I can't sit and look at my awards and look at them all day and think about the past. No. You got to keep living. I got to live for the day. That's what we got. The day. Manna comes today. Yesterday's manna's gone, and you don't know if you're gonna get tomorrow's manna. So you got to live for the day. I agree with him on that. One day at a time. one day at a time, then everyone's in pain. Everyone's in pain. So try to, what does it say? What does this mean? Everyone's in pain. I get those who know all your life, the ones you never see. Everyone's in pain. If you didn't know that before, you know it now. People who you meet casually, those you know all your life, the ones you never see. Everyone's in pain. If you need an excuse for being kind, start with that. Everyone's in pain. It's some kind of pain. I agree with him on that. Because the way life is going now, it's some pain. It's some pain. It's some pain. It's some pain. It's a lot of pain coming down from here, there, and yon. That if anything we can do to reach out and help, that's what I think we should do. Why am I going to come to you with my pain, and then this person's in pain? That person has a pain. You ever had people come talk to you, and as soon as they start talking, child, my arm, my leg, my back, my shoulder, my neck, my ear. Come on with all that. The more you talk about that, what I tell you about this controls all of this. And you got to tell this something positive. You can say, my back hurt today. It hurts right now, but I'm not getting ready to give into it. I told you about my neuropathy. I've been, how many days now? Maybe about 5 days, no cane. No cane, because this right here, this is what I got to work on. This is what this is working constantly on how I cannot walk with that cane. You got to work on yourself. You got to get up in the morning working. You got to get up in the morning talking right here. You talk to Jesus. You say your prayers, and this right here got to be worked on. You got to work on this every day, every second, every day, all day. In order to work. I told you about that 16. You say, I can't feel like I'm 16. Yes, you can. This is when I do it, when I got to reach for something. And I know I need it. I say I'm 16. My body will reach, every time it'll snap and say, oh, 16, she can reach that far. And when I get it back, when I get whatever I'm doing, I may have a little pain, I may have something, but I got what I needed. I don't care what it is. I said, oh, I'm 16, and I'll go and do that thing. It's that extra move you got to make. It's that extra effort you got to make. Getting older is not easy. I talk about this now. I talk about super aging, but it takes work to super age. That's why you have a slice of life. That's why you love me, because I keep you going. 900,000 videos, I'm keeping you going. Hopefully, that's what I'm all about. Motivating you to keep going, to get older without getting old. Because let me tell you, okay, I'm not going to get on my political. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. They're going to throw me off of Facebook. They're going to throw me off this. I don't want to do that. Okay, let me go to the next thing. I was just going to talk about the politics that's going on right now. The politics that's going on right now will make you just be so angry sometimes, or it depends on, I don't know, some of the people, you're all right with it, but I'm not all right with it, and a lot of my people are not all right with it, and a lot of my viewers are not all right with it. What's going on, the tariffs, and what's going on with sending a 2 and a 4-year-old kids and children, and it's a lot, it's a lot. But anyway, his next thing is listen to Bob Marley, One Love. He actually said that. He actually said it. One love. One love. I'm crazy about this paper right here. And then he says, join the gang. Well, we got some gangs. Okay, they don't call them gangs. They dressed up. Sororities, fraternities, clubs. Did I put church in there? I didn't do that, did I? Okay. The Usher Boy, get with some groups. It's fun. It's fun. Get with a group. Get with a group that all you all do is go eat, or play cards, or whatever it is. Get a group. Start a group. I started a group 60-some years ago. They threw me out. Theta Mu. Theta Mu was started by Georgianne Thomas. Theta Mu Social Club was started at 251 Anderson Avenue. I was sitting up one day and found a name for it. And I walked down to Katie Ruth's house because she lived down 2 doors from me. I said, Katie Ruth, we need to start us something. And she said, okay. It was Theta Mu Social Club. How you throw the person who started it out the club, but they did, and never said I started it. Never, ever, ever, ever. But I don't mind saying it now because everybody knows I started. Those who in it know it. They know the story. But anyway, but you can join the gang, start a group. Start a group, start a group, start a group, start a group. Or get with the group. You got some old group. And you got some places. Some people need you in the church. Some of y'all need to go in there and get some of them kids. Let me tell you something. Children learn a lot in the church. Like Easter speeches. People laugh at the Easter speech, maybe, idea, but the Easter speech builds confidence. And you will learn that speech. And you're proud, you get your nice new clothes on, you stand up and you say it out loud. You say it loud enough, until you get it right. Because you're going to get it right. And then everybody's proud of you. The next year, you're like, hey, I can say 2 more, 3 more lines. As you get older, you say each speech all the way till you get to a boardroom and you're standing there. You're able, with confidence, to speak. That's all that teaching. You're able to speak. And so it's some of you all need to go on and get some of these young people and have a reading club in the church or a volunteer. Volunteerism is excellent. I believe in young people volunteering, going knocking on doors or going to, it's got a lot of germs out here. Now, I don't know, you can go knock on doors, but you can go to some of the senior citizens' homes, high rises and different high rises. You could do that. Just some of the places you can go. Some of the young people need some work. They may need the work, but they also need to volunteer. I just think it's wonderful. So he said, join a gang. So join a gang. This is one of my best ones. It may not be the best one for you, but I've enjoyed. And then it says no regrets. Baby. Now that's getting older without getting old. I have some regrets. I've said my regrets. I have some, but I'm better with it now. I used to cry. Oh my God. I have cried. I've done some crying in this house. I don't know about you, but baby, I have cried many a night. You have to cry sometimes. Women get weary wearing the same old tattered dress. It's a song like that. When you get weary, you just got to try a little tenderness. You got to try a little tenderness with yourself. If you don't have anybody, see, sometimes I say, wow, where's that person that want to try a little tenderness with me? I don't have it. I want somebody to say, your ass don't look good today. What's the matter? When you have somebody, they know that. They can say, my mother used to say I used to get quiet, and she would say when I get quiet, she would know something was wrong. See, I tell people you got to study your person. So sometimes you say, wow, I wish I had somebody studying me that really knew me, because sometimes I let people think they know me and they don't really know me. I told a gentleman I was talking to on the phone one day, I said, there are people who think they know me, but they still don't know me. Only know what I want them to know. I let them go on with all they know, but they don't know that I know that they don't know that they don't know. You see? Because you got to find that person that really you want them to know. And then you find that person that you want them to know. And then something happens. I don't know. It's you got to cry sometimes. On those regrets. I have some regrets. And he's saying to have no regrets. It's kind of hard not to have them. But that's a part of life. You know what he says? He says right here in the end, he says, let me read it. He got the wrong word up here. It's got on regrets. Maybe it's on regret. But look at this part. Look at this part right here. Let me see what this part says. Make sure I can put this up here. It says, they're part of life. Learn to live with them. Baby. Getting older without getting old, it's a part of life. Can you see that? It's a part of life. Learn to live with those regrets. That's me. Georgiana, I have to learn to live with those regrets. Because I told you, I had a confession with you all one day. Because the crying was just, I couldn't take the crying anymore. I cried. Baby, I cried. Because you got to swallow that. You can't do nothing about time. My mother said night follows day, day follows night. There's nothing you can do about it but be rejoicing. And then when I get down in the dumps, I said, wait a minute, Georgianne, do you remember how sick you were? Oh my God. When I get down in the dumps and think about he didn't do this and he's not doing that and she didn't do this and they didn't do that. And I said, wait a minute, girl. Wait a minute, girl. Do you remember how sick you were? See, that's what you got to remember. See, when it get raggedy, when it gets real raggedy, then you need to say, wait a minute, Bertha. Wait a minute, Jeanette. Wait a minute, Dwight. Wait a minute. Do you remember where he brought you from? You know, you hear me say that all the time. Look where he brought me from. You have to stop and sing that song. Sometimes I have to hum. Anybody ever hum? See, I told my students when I taught in the classroom, I was a mess in the classroom. Do you know I had my students hum in the classroom, and I found out that Dr. Daniel Black did the same thing. So I said, oh wow, I must be doing all right because I love him. You know I love him. But I had my students hum. I would have them hum Amazing Grace. I made them hum. I said, look here. How many of you all know Amazing Grace? But you don't know a hum with me. And I would go, and we would hum. The whole atmosphere, the room would change. The whole atmosphere, the room would change. Because some of that humming, it's something about that humming. You see, all this helps you when you're super aging. When you're getting older without getting old and stuff be coming up in your head and your mind. You think about back then. What happened then? What happened? Hum it away. You have to hum it away. Hum it away. What he tell you? It comes with life. I love this list. Roger Rosenblatt. I love yours. I got his too. Blow. Because it takes all of that to get us to the next step. Because baby, there's one thing about it. My mama said it, and I'm going to say it again. I say it all the time. Day follows night. Night follows day. You can't hold not one day back. Not 1 hour. You can look up, it'll be 9 o'clock, and then it'll be 10 o'clock. Before you know it, it's 12 o'clock. Before you know it, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Before you know it, it's 9 o'clock at night. And that clock is going tick, tick, tick. Before you know it's another day. It's another day. Tick, tick. It's another day. 24 hours. Tick, 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 tick. 24 hours. We're rolling around that sun. We're rolling around. No, we're spinning. We're spinning or we're rolling. We're rolling around the sun for 365. But we spin every 24 hours. We're spinning. Can you imagine you are sitting? You are sitting. The world is sitting on an axle that is spinning and moving at the same time. Now you tell me about a God. What do you know you can put on an axle and it spins and goes around the sun? The sun ain't going nowhere. It's going around the sun. And it's passing by the moon. The moon going one way, they going another way. That's what I'm talking about. And it's a wonder. It's a wonder. It's a wonder. And that's why you got to get into that. I'm going to be all right. Night follows day, day follows night. I got to live. Because you only got so many days. You only have 45. You got so many days. Now, I say you got 40 more years at least. I say you got 50 more years, 45. 55, you got 40 more years for real. 65, you got 30 more years for real. 75, you got 20 more years for real. 85, you got 10 more years for real. That's a lot of days. Still a lot of days. It's a lot of days. Maybe some frogs out there you can still kiss. I love you. And you can't do anything about it.